Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, yes, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, coming in at a Q&A, bringing you a video of what's coming in store for 2019. And guys, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. I'm prepared. If there's nobody watching this video right now, I'm prepared to talk about it anyway. So this was kind of a spare of the moment thing, so you guys can get an idea basically of what's going to happen in my channel for 2019. So yeah, but first, before we get started, and I want to see if there are some viewers that do jump on. Again, I just want to thank everybody in advance for a wonderful year of 2018. I think it's been a wonderful year for my channel. It's shown tremendous growth. It doesn't work without you guys that watch and comment and do all those great things, right? I think it's awesome that you guys take the time and participate and comment and all those good things. So again, thank you so much. And then also I want to thank all of my good friends over on Comic Frontline. And if you guys haven't checked out, that's my group channel over on Comic Frontline. We do a show each and every Tuesday night. It's a great and fun time. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, go check it out. We talk about our top 5 comics of the week. We talk about comics books worth of news. And we just have a good time over there. So that's Comic Frontline. So if you guys want to check out that YouTube channel, go ahead over there. I'm there every Tuesday. Plus, I do a topic video every week, every Tuesday over there, too. I have 4 viewers currently watching, so thank you guys. If you want to comment in the chat, go ahead. I'll make sure I will shout you guys out. Again, any questions that you may have, feel free to put it down there. If you like this video, please, guys, give it a thumbs up. Give me some feedback. What you thought of my channel for the year. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I've grown quite a bit in the past year, and it was a lot of hard work. So again, thank you in advance. Okay, so going forward, let's talk about the end of the year, okay? So I have the X. He says, "Hi, Mike," and he is from Italy. So that's a long way to say hello, so thank you. Tevia Smoka comes in. He says hi, so thank you. I now have 9 viewers watching, 10 viewers watching, 3 thumbs up. Again, guys, if you like a video, again, continue with the thumbs up. Carrick 2001, he says hi. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So we're up to 10 viewers now, so thank you. So yeah, what's going to happen at the end of this year? Not much more, because this year's almost over. Next week is Christmas, then we have New Year's. But I wanted to give you a heads up of what's happening, okay? So currently, for the rest of 2018, Tevia says, I just beat Dark Riders 3, and I thought it was really good. Okay, that's cool. So it was a video game he played. I'm not a huge video gamer, but that's cool anyway. But for the end of 2018, I have Road to Comic Book Cover of the Year 2018. This is week 49 that's going on right now. If you guys have not casted your vote for your favorite cover of the week, please go ahead, put your vote in, because I am going to have the final nominees for cover of the year tomorrow. That's right. And it's never too late to vote. Even if you have not done a single voting process, you can vote on what you think is your favorite cover of the year based off of the viewers' votes. Now, it's the viewers that voted for what the favorite covers of the year were. So these will be the final nominees starting tomorrow. And you'll have up until Friday to actually vote, okay? And then Friday, I will do an announcement winner, and we'll see who gets the coveted title of comic book cover of the year. You'll also see tomorrow a comic book haul as well. So that's coming in at the end of the year. And then if I have time, I'll do a couple of reviews for the week. But for the end of the year, going into that first week of the new year, that will probably be it for the channel, just for the year. And then we'll probably get going again on the second week of January. If I'm feeling ambitious and if I have time, maybe the first week of January. but that's when everything will start up again. The ComX says, have you seen the Revelations of Detective Comics issue 1000? I have not. If Solicits, I'm sure Solicits maybe said something about it in the past, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of keeping it a surprise. I don't know what is actually going on in there. Tevia says, have I read Superman issue 6? Because me personally, I'm not happy with what happened to John Kent and Superboy. Honestly, before we get forward going into the into more of the stuff that's going on in 2019, yeah, I agree. I wasn't a fan of Superman either. The revelation we knew was going to happen, right? Because it was right on the cover. And then we also found out in Superman issue 6 that John was older. We already knew that because that was on the cover. And it was at the end of the book. And it just never really progressed the story. It's just one big fight, Superman battling, Rogol-Zar, and he's determining if she should fight alongside with Zod and the legacy of Krypton and Kandor. And it was a very lackluster type of issue. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought it was gorgeous artwork. It makes for an interesting cliffhanger, yes. But it was all given to you right there in the cover, right? ComX says, it was announced a new character. I don't spoil anything else. Okay, so there's a new character coming in Detective Comics in issue 1000, fans. Are you excited for a new character? Who could it be? Any hints? Any indications maybe that is possible? When you were reading Detective or other Batman comics? I don't know. Oh, so it's if you played Arkham Knight. So I don't know. Okay, gotcha. Never played Arkham Knight. All right, so moving forward. What's in store for Mike Spider Slayer for 2019? Okay, so towards the end of this year, you saw some top 10 videos from me, and I wanted to experiment with them to see how they would do on the channel. Again, guys, 10 viewers, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Will you make a video collection? Are you actually referring to my comic books? Like showing my comics? Is that what you're asking, ComX? Or is this you're talking about like my Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff? So I'm just curious there. So you've seen some top 10 videos. Oh, because of course comics. I actually have a playlist. It's called My Comics. If you want to check that out, go onto my channel, search for my playlist, go into My Comics, and you will see a playlist of My Comics. My Comics Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. And I want to continue that series going forward. But at the same time, it's a hard series to do because I don't know which books that I've already showed. But I might continue it one day. All right, so going on, I'll try right now. I'll get back to you guys' questions in a little bit. What's coming in? So you guys saw some top 10 videos at the end of this year, correct? And I experimented with them, and they did very, very well. The audience seems to like them. So in order, to cover more comics, I'm going to do my top 10 videos. I'm going to continue that. And it's going to go throughout my channel. And so that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to start off on Mondays. Okay. What's Mondays going to be like going forward? Mondays, I'm going to have my top 10 covers of the week. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be just like Road to Comic Book Cover of the Year, but I'm just going to name it Top 10 Covers of the Week, and it's going to start with week 1. And we're going to go throughout the entire stage just like we did this past year. Every week, you guys will vote on what is your favorite out of those top 10 covers that I pick. And we go through the process week in, week out, week in, week out. And whatever books you vote, move on to the next round. And then the round after that, they go into a final nomination. So we're going to do that every single Monday, like clockwork, guys. And the series is a lot of fun. There's a lot of viewer interaction. Everyone gets to vote. And every 8 weeks, when we do a group voting to eliminate some of these books, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. It's my appreciation to the viewers um, that tune in and vote each and every week. So hopefully you guys, if you haven't done this series right now, haven't done the series at all or got involved in the series, I definitely go out there and suggest it. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. All right. So real quick, going back to a question. Kenrick says, I remember when you did your collection of Amazing Spider-Man. That's right. And that collection's grown since then. The ComX says, because I'm curious where you keep all the comics you buy. Okay, so where I am right now, I'm in the garage. And my comics are all kept in the garage in a bag and board. They're all bagged and board. They're all sealed. They're all in boxes, in short boxes and in long boxes. Not my preference to keep them in the garage, but there's no place to keep them all otherwise, unless I had a room for myself to do the comics. And that's where I do all these videos. That's where I am right now. I'm in the garage as we speak, okay? Same thing, not the most comfortable place to do a video, but I make it work. I'm on my folding chair. I'm on a pillow to comfort my ass, and I use my videos. I use my cell phone to actually record all my videos. And the editing software that I use is Power. I forgot what it is. Power something. I don't know. But it's a really good editing software for your mobile device. Power Director Pro. That's what it is. And I pay a monthly subscription, not a yearly subscription to it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. But that's where I keep it. And best comics right now, in my opinion, I'm a huge fan of Amazing Spider-Man. I always have, but I feel like Amazing Spider-Man is probably one of the best books written as of right now. Again, my opinion. There's so many. I don't even know. I read like 20 books every single week, and it's hard to keep track. I've always been a fan of Dead. Middle West is a new, really hot book. I feel it's going to be. I think Murder Falcon, if you guys haven't checked that one out, Murder Falcon is a really nice book as well. Champions has surprised me this year. It's been really good. Red Hood, The Outlaw is a much improved book, in my opinion. I feel that that's a good book. So there's a lot to choose from. It's just really hard because comic books are expensive this year, and or they're just expensive in general, but they keep going up in price every year. And there's just a lot of titles to choose from. So yeah, so there's a little insight. All right, so we talked about Monday, what's coming on Mondays, which is top 10 covers of the week, where you can vote. And now on Tuesdays is a lull day for me. I don't do any videos on Tuesdays. I do a topic video on Tuesdays over on Comic Frontline. So if you guys, again, want to check out Comic Frontline, go ahead and check that out. That's every Tuesday. And you can check out my group's topic videos as well. We come up with some fun topics to talk about. Okay. So Carrick 2001 says, I think Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man has been really good too. And that's saying from someone who enjoyed Dan Slott's run. Yeah, it kind of opens your eyes a little bit because you thought maybe, oh yeah, Dan Slott, pretty good, especially if you never really read Spider-Man before. And Dan Slott was the first writer you jumped on maybe reading Spider-Man. But then when you look at Nick Spencer, you're like, oh wow, he adds almost another different dimension to, you know, Amazing Spider-Man or Peter Parker. He just gives him more character. He's more charismatic. You know, his supporting cast is really exciting, you know. So going on to Wednesdays on my schedule, you guys can check out my comic book haul. That takes place every Wednesday. It premieres on YouTube. I do a premiere so I can try to chat with you guys when I can. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. So you can check that out as well, where you get to see all the cool comic books and maybe some of the other stuff that I pick up each week. You know, I buy a lot of comics, variant covers, old books. I recently just bought a CGC comic. So again, that takes place every Wednesday, 2 p.m. It premieres on YouTube. So if you guys all want to join together and chat in, and if I happen to be there, I'll chat with you too. Okay, so There we go. All right, so I got 12 viewers. Thanks, guys. 5 thumbs up, so thank you. Sebastian says, hey. Tevye agrees with me that comics are expensive. And he also says, I agree, Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man has been really good. I just wish Marvel would finally undo One More Day because, dear God, Slot's run sucked. And the ComX says, for me, Venom overall here in Italy, also Immortal Hulk, is going pretty good. Thank you for mentioning Immortal Hulk and Venom. Again, I read so many comics, I forget. Immortal Hulk, phenomenal book. I don't know where the fuck it's going right now, but it is such a wonderful read. And the artwork is interesting. The cover art by Alex Ross is wild. I mean, who would have thought that the Immortal Hulk would wind up in hell and Absorbing Man opened up that portal to that world, right? Just so weird. I've never expecting it. And Venom by Donny Cates has been excellent. I feel that he's just added a new layer to Eddie Brock and the symbiote. I think it's pretty cool. And this latest issue, now Eddie is having father problems. He doesn't know his sister's not around. And, right, he finds out that he has a brother. And his brother wants Eddie to kill his dad. What the heck is going on in Venom right now? I mean, it's insane. It's great stuff. Wonderfully drawn, wonderfully written. Donny Cates on fire. All right. So, here we go. So we talked about Wednesday, which was my comic book haul. Again, premieres 2 p.m. every Wednesday, so you guys can chat. Thursday, what do I have on Thursday? Thursdays, I got comic book reviews. Okay, you can check out maybe 1 or 2 of them on Thursdays and maybe Friday mornings. That's what you can take there. Because on Fridays, Friday evenings, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, because I live in Florida, you guys can check out my top 10 comics of the week. All right, so you're going to be able to check that out as well, where I give you a countdown off of my top 10 comics. All right, now that list is based off of Sunday's actual video, which is my top 10 most anticipated books. Okay, so basically I should have started this whole thing on Sunday, because Sunday I give you my top 10 most anticipated for the week. So it shows you a top 10 of the books that I'm looking forward to actually reading for the week. And then on Friday I do a follow-up show at 10 p.m. Eastern Time where I give you what those top 10 books ranked. So I think it's a lot of fun. It puts into perspective of what I thought of those books and then where they actually ranked. So I could have a most anticipated book at number 1, and by Friday when I do that video, it could fall all the way to number 10. Now that's not a definitive top 10 because I could read 20 books, but it's just that top 10 based off of that most anticipated book. Okay, so those 2 series, the most anticipated and Friday's top 10 comics of the week, again, Sunday 10 p.m., Friday 10 p.m. They both are premieres on YouTube where you guys can chat in and give your opinions. Again, I'm trying to get the community, the comic community, interacting with me as much as possible. I can't do live shows very often, but I can get them to still interact by chatting, or you guys can still chat with each other. And that's what I'm trying to do, to get you guys involved. And that's why I'm doing top 10 cover of the week, where you guys can vote, because it's all about the comic community. I've always felt that way. The more interaction, the better it is. For the years that I've been doing YouTube, I've always been trying to explore that. And I feel that this is the way that we can actually do this, you know, and we can grow this channel together. Me, you, Tevye, everybody out there, guys. So there's a gist of the schedule of what I'm going to be doing. So one more time, we're going to go over it. And then I'll get back to all your guys' comments for a little while, okay? So Sunday night, all right, we're going to do the top 10 most anticipated comics, where it premieres on YouTube, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk about my top 10 most anticipated. Monday, you're going to get top 10 covers of the week, where you, the viewers, get to vote on what your favorite cover of the week is. On Tuesday, nothing going on, but if you want to check out Comic Frontline, go on to Comic Frontline, check out my topic video, and check out all the other crews' videos on there as well. I know there's a ton of other YouTubers you guys watch, but at least I'm giving you an idea of what I do, right? All right, Wednesdays, don't forget about the haul. That also premieres, if you want to check it out on the premiere, on Wednesdays, 2 p.m., okay? Next, on Thursdays, look for a review or 2 or 3. It always depends on the time, but I'm going to be spending a lot of my times reading the books so I can get ready to premiere the Friday episode of Top 10 Comics of the Week, where it follows off of that anticipated list as well. So again, 10 p.m., that's what premieres. So there is the schedule. You guys have it. Now, there might be times, obviously, where life happens and I can't do a video or 2 or 3. It's the way the world goes. Don't think I go anywhere. I'm still always going to be here. I'll just skip a week or do it a little bit late or whatever the case may be. But that is the gist of the schedule. Simple, easy. You guys can follow it, and then you guys can check out your other YouTubers that you like, okay? Again, guys, thank you. 17 viewers, 6 likes. Again, if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So there is the schedule. Now, let me get to your questions, and then I'll answer them because I promised somewhat of a Q&A. So let's see what you guys have in store for Mr. Mike Spider Slayer. Let's see. We'll go into Tevia and let's see, Tevia. I still can't wait to get Super Sons on the omnibus because I love Super Sons with Jonathan, Samuel Kent, Superboy, and Damian Wayne and Robin. Tevia is a long-time fan of me and my Comic Frontline fans. He's watched this for a very long time. He's very passionate about Superman, Superboy, Spider-Man, and he's very passionate about all those characters, and he's looking forward to that omnibus. So hopefully when it comes out, whenever it comes up, hopefully you will enjoy it, Tevia. All right, so thank you guys so much again for watching. All right, Sebastian says, thank God Dan Slott moved from Spider-Man to Iron Man, which personally is way better than Brian Michael Bendis' run, mind you. You know what? I agree. Brian Michael Bendis' run was horrible when it came to Iron Man. He created Riri Williams. Okay, I get it. But he just lost his way with the book, and the book just was stagnant. It did not go anywhere. It was absolutely horrible. Okay? So, yes, Dan Slott is doing a better job on Iron Man. But here's a question for you, the fans. What do you guys feel is... how do you guys feel about the Fantastic Four right now? Because Dan Slott is actually writing that one. Do you feel he's writing that book just as solid as he is Tony Stark Iron Man? Or do you feel he's writing a better Fantastic Four? Or do you enjoy those 2 books better than what he did on Spider-Man? This is very opinionated as well. Okay? So let's see where we got here now. Tevia says, I agree. Brian Michael Bendis' Iron Man was really stupid and really boring, just like Superman in Action Comics run is going right now. Okay, that's what I'm worried about with Superman in Action Comics. I feel that the story's not bad. I just feel that it's not progressed the way maybe it should. Okay, it's really slow, but that's how Bendis writes. Okay. But I was really disappointed with Superman issue 6 on the progression of that story, because it was like you got John on the cover and you're like, oh man, he's going to actually come back, right? And then you see him on the last page. Hey, Dad. And that's it, you know? And it's just like we wasted a whole issue of this battling and this fighting for nothing, okay? Superman fans may feel differently, but that's just how I felt with it. All right, so let's see. I don't like Bendis' Iron Man run also. I liked it when it started, but it just seemed like he had no idea what he wanted to do, and yeah, it was boring. Yeah, I just felt he wanted to create a character to create the character of Riri Williams. I didn't feel like he had a real direction. I think he wanted to create this character, and then it was just like, well, I'm almost done here at my run with Marvel, so I'm just going to leave it in to the next person who takes it over. That's just how I felt anyway. Let's see, where are we going to go? Sebastian says, I don't hate Bendis on Superman and Action Comics. It's just above average. Okay. Um, so let me ask you guys this, since there's a lot of Superman talk out here. What do you feel? Who would you want to write Superman? Okay. And here's a Kendrick one. I was wondering when someone would call me out on this. What happened to your reviews on Spider-Geddon? I know probably life and all, and that's good if you couldn't continue them. It's all good, just asking. You're exactly right. There was one week where 3 issues came out, and I didn't get done reading those books until the end of the week, and it was already too late because another slew of Spider books came out. And being that there was 3 of them that come out in 1 week, or 2 of them came out in 1 week, I just could not keep up with the video making, plus doing all the other videos that I do. It would have been a lot different if it was literally 1 Spider book a week, but it was 2 or 3, and it just got too overwhelming. And so I apologize if I didn't finish it. I do, however, am going to finish the last issue of it, the Spider-Geddon issue 5. I will review that final issue. I think it comes out this week, if I'm not mistaken. So if I have time, I will definitely review that last issue. Very curious about how going to, or that series will conclude. Okay. Tevia says, question. I'm just wondering, how do you feel about Spider-Geddon coming to an end? Because me personally, I feel like the event just seems pointless. Well, obviously, it goes with the Spider-Verse movie. It was released, obviously, to help push that. And it's also to help push Superior Spider-Man, or, I'm sorry, Superior Octopus, is book, because Christos Gage wrote this Spider-Verse, or Spider-Geddon, and you realize how Octopus is the main character, so he's focusing on him so he can push his book going forward. So it's kind of obviously, to push other books, and it's just a cheap ploy, obviously, but it's okay. They put a couple of different elements. Not the best event. It's not original, not anymore, at least. The first one was. All right. Spencer 725 says, enjoy your channel. Have you read the Black Knight Metal spin-offs like Sideways and The Silencer? What did you like the best? Okay, so first of all, I was not a huge deal. And Scott Snyder, I like him, but his stories tend to go on too long, and he does a lot of talking. And when there's a lot of talking about different multiverses and different Earths and things that can jumble up a story, I don't have a very big brain when it comes to that stuff. I'm a very simplistic person, and he tends to go on, and I wasn't a huge fan of that series. So what happened was I just dropped off of it, but I did try the spin-off books. I tried The Silencer. It was okay. I read a few of the Terrifics. They're okay. But the one book that I liked the best was Sideways. And now Sideways is getting canceled. Sideways was a phenomenal read because the character is relatable. Even though he got his powers from this dark multiverse, he's a person that's down to earth. It was like the Spider-Man of DC Comics. He's got the girl next door who he hangs out with. She's a cosplayer. It's just really a lot of fun. He's exploring his powers. He dealt with his mother's death. It just is a phenomenal read. And now it's getting canceled, and I'm so disappointed. So what I'm really hoping for when it comes to Sideways here is that... and real quick, Barbarian, good friend of mine that's been watching my channel a long time, and Comic Frontline, she says, hey, Mike, Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you, Barbarian. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so going back to Sideways, great story. And my thing is I hope we get to see him in a team book going forward, whether it's Young Justice, or whatnot. I hope he shows up. I hope they just don't forget about him and push him off to the side and he disappears, because he is a bright spot in the DC universe. Really enjoy the character. So we'll see where he goes from there. All right. Let's see, what do we got? Next, also the fight against Rogol Zar and Zod felt pointless. Okay, so we're still chatting about that. Slime says it's a bit early to tell with the Fantastic Four, especially when you consider it was a 4 issues before issue 650, which they wanted to be a huge issue, so they went with the wedding issue. So it was an abrupt return. So yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of stalling going on in this series as well, because we started off with issue 1. We got that short mini on how they actually came back, that short story arc, and then in the last issue you get this this wedding issue, with the bachelorette party, which is really a lot of fun. And now you're going to get the wedding issue. So, but I think the way Dan Slott is writing it, even though we don't know the direction the story's going in, right now, I still feel like it's a solid book. I feel like he's writing it very well. I feel like he captures the voice of the characters very well. And so that alone is enough to warrant me to continue to reading the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four has been good in previous years, but I feel like this has the potential to be great. So we'll see where FF actually goes. All right. Aldo says, what is your favorite comic right now? Such a hard question, because I like so many of them, and so many of them are great one weeks and the other weeks, but I have to go. And of course, you guys know it. I'm the Spider-Man fan, Spider Slayer. I could be critical about these Spider books, or I can praise them. And Amazing Spider-Man is my favorite book. I think since Nick Spencer has come back, this is the best Spider-Man I have read in 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. Because before Dan Slott took over on a regular basis, we can truly tell that they didn't know who to put on that book. It was rotating writers, rotating artists, so it wasn't good back then, right? So before then, I dropped out of comics for a while. And so when I got back into Spider-Man, I was like, this is okay. It's not the Spider-Man I remember, Before that, it was all 90s Spider-Man. So this is the best Spider-Man I've read in a long time, okay? All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is a lot of fun. And, we're probably going to give it about another 15 minutes before I have to leave, because I got to go pick up my kids from school. They got early release. They have winter break coming up very soon. So always a great time, spend extra time with your kids. And then I got to go teach tennis after that too. All right. So let's see. We got Carrot going. Says, which is funny because the solicitation said that Miles was the main character of Spider-Geddon, but I like Ock more than Miles, so I'm good with that. Spider-Geddon has been meh. Miles is, I would say, you know what? It makes sense why they say Miles is the main character, because of the Spider-Verse movie. And yes, he led his group of characters, or his spider group. So you can say there was 2 leaders. There was Miles and Superior Octopus there. But they both have books that were released. Miles had a book that just came out this past week. And then you have Superior Octopus that's coming out very soon as well. So there you go. Pushing those books. Tevia says, well, personally, I'm done with Superior Spider-Man. I can't. He's got to go away. So that's what he thinks of Miles Morales, or I'm sorry, Superior Spider-Man. I like Doc Ock as Superior Spider-Man. His dialogue comes across funny as hell. It's old-fashioned. He's like, the die is cast, and it is hysterical. I love it. He calls everyone, you're adult. He insults everybody, but he still wants to be the hero, but in the Dr. Octopus way. So I like it. I like Superior Spider-Man better than Dr. Octopus, if that makes sense as a villain, okay? All right. Sebastian says, I'm a sucker for complicated comics. Yeah, see, some people are. Like Jonathan Hickman, right? Scott Snyder with this DC Metal stuff. Stuff like that. Like sometimes that just goes over my head. You know, Grant Morrison's another thing. People gave me a lot of shit for not liking Green Lantern, and I'm still reading it, by the way, just so you guys know if you've watched my channel. But I am reading it and just not reviewing it at this point. So I feel like Green Lantern is just it's just over my head, and that's why I don't like it. Okay. So that's just the stuff. I'm just not into that stuff, you know. I'm not, honestly, guys. I'm not that smart. I guess that's what it comes down to. I just don't get things like that, right? I don't know. I'm a tennis instructor. I've always been into athletics. I'm not the smartest bulb. You know, not the sharpest drawer in the shed or in the drawer, sharpest knife in the drawer, whatever it is. But that's just the way I roll, man. So yeah. All right. So let's see. What do we got here? I feel like people who are writing about Ironheart right now are doing better than the person who created her. That I can agree. I'm still just not a fan of the character in an individual basis. I think she works in Champions. I think Champions, she's a great character, great supporting character. I actually did a video over on Comic Frontline today with a topic video. If you guys hear a truck, it's the garbage truck outside. A topic video on Riri and Viv about the kiss that they shared in Champions issue 27. So guys, check that out when you're done over here, okay? Dan Slott and Sarah Pacelli's Fantastic Four, no love, no like, just complete indifference for now. Completely understand. If you don't like it, hey man, that's what's so great about comics. Comics is so opinionated, and that's what creates such great conversation between all of us, right? We all have our opinions. We all like what we like, and we dislike what we dislike. But no one is wrong. You got to remember that. Excuse me, I'm starting to lose my voice. So yeah, God dang. Let me get a drink of water. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm here. I'm alive. Stuck in my throat. So yeah, very opinionated. Okay. All right. Tevia, personally, I want Peter J. Tomasi and Dan Jurgens both back on Action Comics. Well, I agree. I think their run was absolutely phenomenal. But I don't think they're going to put them right back on after they left again. It would be a slap in the face to Brian Michael Bendis if they did that. So I don't think they will do that. But I'm curious to see who else would be on that list. Okay. Saladin Ahmed is a Christian award for a Superman title. Carrick 2001, which is funny because the solicitation said that Miles was the main character, Spider-Geddon. Okay, we did all that. I'm just getting a lot of comments coming in. I get an agreement with Tevia about, I agree, Grant Morrison's Green Lantern is really confusing. Barbarian says, Mike, what will you be reading over winter break? You know, any comics that come out, I guess I'll be reading because they're coming out with maybe next week only 5 books that they're coming out with, which is crazy that I'm buying. So I only have like 5 books to read next week after this week. The following week, 5 books. And then the week after that, they get back on schedule. But I'll be reading pretty much everything that's coming out. I don't have time to read trades. I want to read a trade, and the trade that I want to read is Black Hammer, that library edition, because I read the first couple issues of Black Hammer, and it was really good, and I fell behind it, and I haven't caught up since. So I really want to read Black Hammer, okay? All right. Let's see what else we got. I agree about Superior Spider-Man. I agree Grant Morrison's Green Lantern is really confusing. Too many number ones each week to follow any title. So tired of number ones. I can agree with you guys there, okay? Here's the point of coming out with so many titles. I can see it. The point is they want something for everybody to read, okay? That I can understand. But the problem is, if you want people to check out more of your comics, you need to come out with less of them and make them more affordable for people. When I was a kid, comics were affordable. It's like for $5 for my allowance, it was like, hey, I can buy 5 comic books because they were $1. You know, some of you that might be older than me, you could probably get more than that, right? But I'm 43. I'm pretty old, you know, compared to probably my audience, right? So, you can sit there and say you can buy 5 comic books. Now, for $5, you're lucky to get 1. So I've always said that you either lessen the amount of titles so it gets people to buy all the titles and check them out, or you make them less expensive so people can buy more titles. That's the only way. They try to compensate their sales by raising prices, and that's what's frustrating for comic books. You know what I'm saying? They charge more for adding pages, but most of the time the pages are for secondary stories and stuff you don't want to read, right? Just make it $2.99, put in your 28 pages, and be done with it. That's the way I look at it. Or come out with less titles. One or the other, you know? Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think it's going to change. And I think eventually comics are going to go away completely. I don't see it anytime in the near future, but it's going to go away and it's going to go all digital. And that will be a sad day because then you'll start seeing your comic books go up in value because they won't be around anymore. So we'll see what happens or when that actually does happen. It won't be for a while, I don't think. All right. With the announcement of PS4 Spider-Man getting his own series, and this is the most saturated Spidey has ever been. We have Amazing Spider-Man. We have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We have Superior Spider-Man. We have PS4 Spectacular. Yeah, you know what? I agree. There's an oversaturation of Spider-Man. We went from having 1 Spider-Man title to now we're going to have 5. But you know what? This is the way Marvel operates. Something is hot, they're going to milk it for all it's worth. You got to look at it out there in Marvel's point of eyes and say, wow, we just got a Spider-Verse movie that just came out. Wow, it's freaking going to break all these records. Holy shit, people are going to be in love with Spider-Man. They're going to be in love with all the Spider characters. Let's come out with as many Spider books as we possibly can. Don't be surprised if you don't see more. Spider-Ham. Right? He doesn't have a book yet, but I'm sure he's going to have one or a miniseries. We have Spider-Gwen, right? I mean, you're going to see more of them, so don't be surprised. I am curious, though, on what the PS4 Spider-Man series is going to be. All right, so let's see. I forgot that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was coming out. That one, though, guys, check that one out. Tom Taylor is the writer. If you guys read Tom Taylor stuff, Injustice, right? Injustice 2, All New Wolverine. He did Superior Iron Man. Guys, check that one out. That's going to be a lot of fun, too. What do you think of Infinity Warps? Sucks. It had so much potential, the Infinity Wars series in itself, but it was just a push to create these mishmash characters to see which ones would take off. And you know what? I don't think any of them took off. The Infinity Wars event itself started off so strong. But then when it came to these characters mishmashing, I felt like it backfired. At least in my eyes, I was totally turned off by the whole thing. The Infinity Warps characters were horrible. The only one that stuck for me was Sorcerer Supreme or Sorcerer Captain America, whatever that guy was. That was a decent story. Every other one just sucked. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Personally, I have not seen the Edge of Spider-Verse movie or Into the Spider-Verse movie. I want to see it hopefully Thursday. Dude, Black Hammer is insane, and the twists and turns in that book is insane. Yeah, I know. I've heard. You're 43? Really, huh? I didn't know you were 43. I thought you looked about 35. Interesting. Thank you for that comment. I'm glad I look like I'm 35. I'll take that any day. Yeah, it seems like it's overkill for Spider-Man. And Vinny says Marvel has no real long-term business plan. I don't know what their business plan is. I wish I was in their office and curious on what they sit down and talk about every day, right? Devia says, personally, I would rather have Spider-Girl Mayday Parker series way over than any other Spider-Gwen series. But that's just my opinion. I agree. You know, you're going to have Spider-Man. I'm going to have my Spider-Man. I think people are anxiously awaiting Mayday Parker to come back. You got to have the right writer, though, for her. And you got to have one that's going to capture her voice. Otherwise, you're just going to get pissed off. All right. Too many Spider books coming. But, hey, people are going to buy them, like me. I was looking forward to Arachnite, and I was so disappointed. Cool concept for a character. Totally gets you there, right? Awesome. I was the same way. I'm like, this dude looks freaking awesome. And then you do like a Harry Osborn story. Like, come on, man. That was lame. Sleeper Reader, 666. Wow, long time. Long time, Sleepy. Sleepy Reader. He has his own channel. If you guys go ahead and check it out. He's been watching since a long time. I've been doing YouTube now for like, holy cow, since 2009, 2010. So it's been like 8 years. It's been a long time. I've had a couple other channels. I've been off of this channel. I've been back on this channel for a solid year now. And Sleepy Reader's been there. So it's cool to see him again. I hope everything is well. Tevia says, I agree. Infinity Wars just seems so boring, and the only character I cared about is in the Infinity Warps was Weapon Hex. That's about it. Yeah, she actually was a cool character. Like, concept-wise, I think she was really, really awesome. And maybe we'll see more of them. She's Scarlet Witch and Laura combined. I think she's got some cool powers there. So, yeah, that's awesome. Vinny's just like, yeah, dang. Weapon Hex look almost exactly like David Quinn and Tim Fagill's female Faust. And then Tivia says, personally, if they wanted to do, again, characters, call me crazy, call insane, but I personally would bring back again Universe and fuse both Johnson and Samuel Kent, Superboy and Damian Wayne. Yeah, there's Tivia. There's that Superman fan again. So everything Superman. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this Q&A. I know I have. You guys got the rundown of the schedule of what's happening for 2019. Hopefully it's very simple for you and you know what to expect from the channel. And again, guys, hopefully you participate in every video and comment and thumbs up and all that good stuff. And I really hope you guys participate in top 10 covers of the week, where you get to vote on your favorite cover of the week. And so, guys, this is the time where I'm going to call it off because I got to go get my kids from school now. So, guys, I'll see you on my haul, and I'll see you at the wrap-up of cover of the Road to Comic Book Cover of the Year. But in case I don't talk to you guys or see you guys or hear from you guys, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy your holidays. Have a wonderful New Year's. Be safe. Be responsible. And thank you, guys. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and take care, and thanks for watching, guys. See you real soon. Bye.